Hello, my name is Heather Autumn and welcome to my channel.
Be strong.
So a couple weeks ago, I released a video that showed what I ate for 1,700 calories in a day. And a lot of you seem to like it. I got a lot of views on that, so I wanted to make a second one. This one has a bit more of a challenge to it. So if you're new to this channel, I have 3 goals that I'm really working on this year. The first is, of course, to make great videos and keep improving that skill. The second is to be a little bit more healthy with my diet and overall lifestyle. And the third is to hopefully, we'll see how this goes, but hopefully take the N5 Japanese language proficiency test in December, which I'm kind of concerned about because of the amount of things I have to learn. But we'll see, because I really do like this language and I seem to be picking it up pretty easily. I'm literally putting someone's child through college with the amount of flashcards I'm buying. And if you say, oh, that's only like 500 flashcards, there are more on my coffee table. Look at this. Look at this mess. Okay, so this is all of my hiragana. Yes, I made them myself. This is all of the kanji that I'm trying to learn. So many. And then over here, this is the katakana that I'm trying to learn. So I was trying to think, what could I go and film today that would touch all 3 of those goals and be fun? And I decided to do a second 1,700 calories, except this one is going to be Japanese themed. So everything I filmed today is going to be Japanese food using Japanese items that I got at H Mart. All right, so I'm gonna start this challenge off strong by making a meal that not even every Japanese person likes. I actually have grown to like it. It's gotten better as I've continued having it, and that is natto. これはnatto desu. So natto's unique. We'll use the word unique. When I first tried it, I was like,
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
But then it's kind of like when I was younger and I didn't like beer or wine and it kind of grew on me. That's kind of how this worked out. It has a very strong flavor and a very unique texture. And by unique, I mean it's super slimy. So I've seen it used in Japanese breakfasts. Usually they put it on top of rice with some green onions and a raw egg. Here in the US, we don't do raw eggs because it's really hard to find pasteurized eggs. And I don't want to risk getting like sick or something. So I'm actually gonna just do a poached egg, but I'm gonna try to keep it as traditional as possible. And because I'm kind of on this weight loss journey, I want to make sure I get enough proteins. And so to this breakfast, I'm also going to be adding a cooked salmon. I have my rice going and I'm gonna poach an egg and show you what that looks like, as well as tell you a little bit more about natto. All right, so I'm gonna show you natto. So this is the brand I got. It comes in a little styrofoam thing like this. And when you open it up, like that, it comes like this. So you have kind of like this wasabi mustard packet. This is some sort of a seasoning. And then you have the natto. So it's slimy. That is going to be a texture that you're gonna have to get used to, but it's super healthy for you. So I'm gonna show you how to mix all this natto stuff and put it together over some rice. Okay, first for our rice, I'm gonna be putting in a 1/2 cup of white rice. We're just gonna spread it out a little bit. Now for our natto. So first things first, we're gonna put in our mustard. And next is our seasoning packet. And then we mix. That's natto. All right, now that your natto has been mixed, you're gonna add it on top of your rice, followed by your poached egg and your green onions. All right, so here is our natto breakfast. So if you're trying natto for the first time, I would actually suggest that you try it this way because you have some familiar flavors then. All right, so I have a little bit of everything. You can see it kind of doing its thing. So let's give this a try. So that will either wake you up or it'll send you back to bed. It's gonna be one of the two. There will be no in between. I think that there's a nice umami texture that the natto brings. I don't care for all the strings because that kind of messes with my makeup. Not a fan. From here, I'm gonna make my salmon. I'm not gonna really show it because it's just honestly gonna be pan fried and that's it. All right, so for the rice, natto, poached eggs, salmon, and green onions, this all comes to 484 calories. So I'm gonna pause here on this video and we'll come back for lunch. All right, so it is lunchtime, and if there's one thing you know about me from watching my channel long enough, it's that I have a big hobby when it comes to making bentos, and today is not gonna be any different. If you'd like to see other bento episodes that I've made, please check the description below, because not only will I have all of these recipes linked on my blog, which will be linked in the description, but I'll also put some related videos that I've done in the past so that you can keep the party going if this is your thing. So this one in particular is going to have a pretty good focus on proteins. I'm gonna have Karaage chicken, which I'm gonna show you the variety I use because I am scared of frying things. And the last time I tried to fry something, the pot caught on fire and I didn't know how to put it out, so I threw it out my back window. And it did eventually go out. So now when I want fried foods, I actually go out and just buy them frozen and then I put them in the oven or something like that. I don't fry them myself. It's also gonna have a macaroni salad. I'm gonna add in some corn sausage links and I'll show you the brand for that. And overall, I'm gonna try to present it pretty nicely with some asparagus and salad. Make sure I get some of those vegetables in there and go from there. All right, so for today's bento, I'm gonna be using this bento box. It's a single tier, meaning one thing, seals like that, and it's just one compartment. For the Karaage chicken, I'm gonna be using this. For 3 ounces, it's 140 calories. So what I do is I just take this, pop it onto a scale and measure that amount out and then throw that in the microwave and we're pretty much good to go from there. Next up is these sausages. This is a corn and pork sausage. Again, I got this at H Mart. So for 6 links, it's 100 calories. These are really kind of tiny. They're pretty much built for bentos. So what I'm gonna do is cook about 3 of these because they are raw, and then I'm gonna add this to our bento. So with a lot of this already made and ready to go, the only thing I'm gonna be focused on cooking is our macaroni salad as well as our few asparagus that we're gonna put in there just to make it look pretty. So let's get started. So what you wanna do is you wanna put 2 pots of water on to boil. The one you're gonna be putting your pasta in, make sure you put some salt in there to season it. For the pot that has the salt water in it, you're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of either dried macaroni. For me, I opted for shells. Any kind of small pasta would do. Next, you're gonna cut up a carrot into matchsticks. Take about 2 inches of celery and chop that up as well. Finally, you're gonna chop up just the green part of a green onion. From there, you're gonna take 1 slice of ham. I decided to just get regular plain boiled ham, and you're gonna chop that up. Next, you want 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. Now for me, because I'm trying to watch my calories, I opted to go with Miracle Whip, which is a little bit more tangy, but if you're a fan of Kewpie mayo or just regular mayo, feel free to use that. And you're gonna mix all of those ingredients with your cooked macaroni and add some salt and pepper to taste. For your asparagus, you're gonna wanna throw that in the water for about 7 minutes. Now for these other items, I microwave them according to the instructions, and then you just pack it into your bento. And it turned out perfect. We have our Karaage chicken and then these little sausages And of course our rice with its seasoning. I'm gonna try one of the sausages. Also, I got these little toothpicks off of Amazon, but you have to go looking for them. Just type in like bento accessories or bento toothpicks, and there's so many different kinds. So I think these ones are like princess ones or crystal kind. So really good. I have my karaage chicken. There's a little bit of asparagus on there. If fried chicken is your thing, I feel like this is a good way to indulge in that kind of treat without it kind of being like a whole bucket from KFC. Next up, I'm gonna try this macaroni salad. And also I got these spoons again off of Amazon. So I've never made that before and I love it. Very creamy. It gives me that pasta feeling. And for me, I love pasta. So having a nice little serving of it makes me feel not deprived, but I'm also not having a ton of it. So I'm gonna go eat this and I'll be back for dinner. All right, so it is now dinner time. The sun is set. So I was trying to think of what to make, and then I realized what is more iconic in Japan than ramen. So I'm gonna show you how to make some ramen, but this one also has a twist with it. The twist with this one is that I'm gonna be adding in some maruchan. This is just straight up cup ramen. It's chicken flavor, but we are going to take her and we are going to make her look good. I'm actually gonna take a page out of Tyra Banks's modeling tips and make this go from
ho, we're gonna make it fashion. Ho, make it fashion.
And we're gonna do this by adding a lot of really good fresh vegetables. We have 2 proteins that we'll be adding to this, which will be in the form of a hard-boiled egg as well as some tempura that I have that's frozen. So with that, let's get started. So for our hard-boiled egg, you wanna make that just like you were making a normal hard-boiled egg. And this is the tempura that I'll be using. And I'm just gonna go and pop it in the oven. So for this carrot, I want to chop off the end, but I also want to do thin slices of it, similar to that, because we're going to be cutting out designs. Next up, I have some enoki mushrooms, and we're just gonna cut the bottoms off of this one and get these boiling with our carrots. So normally at the end of the day, I have a glass of wine. I decided to swap it. It's a Japanese beer. I believe it's a dry wheat beer, but it is really good. And what better drink to go with ramen than beer? So here we are. By the way, Maruchan did not sponsor this. I was just really proud that I could take cup ramen and make it look good. So here it is. I'm gonna try just a little bit. We got some mushrooms and one of those little carrot flowers. That's really good. And it wasn't that expensive either. With the exception of the tempura, which you could just substitute with like any kind of like fried shrimp. This was really, really good. Perfect match. So this ramen meal, including the beer, comes to 665 calories. And I also had 2 Dove chocolates today. So our grand total for calories comes to 1,672. And I really checked the math on that. I checked it like 3 or 4 times. So I hope you liked this cooking challenge. If you have a suggestion for other cooking challenges, I would love to know about them. Also, if you know somebody who likes these kinds of things or is also on a weight loss journey but thinks that food isn't fun anymore, please let them know about this episode as well as the other 1700 calorie one, and hopefully that'll help them feel a little better. I'm gonna go finish this ramen. I can't wait, and I want to just thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Sayonara.